Hi, hey, this is William Toll speaking to you. Are you prepared for war? Well, it has been 80 years since the average citizen in the West felt the full effect of war. Time has caused us to feel far removed from the suffering, the pain, and the trauma, but also the fighting spirit required by those who engage in it. The wars fought in the last few decades by the West have been fought by a tiny, highly specialized segment of society. Well, we read about them in the news media, but we rarely know someone who is actually involved. But now, as the war rhetoric by our governments continues to ratchet up, fears of a war that would involve world powers are very real. And we are completely unprepared. What I want to do in this series is to explain some very important concepts around war. A war that would involve the West and whose effect would rip through every part of our society. I want to make it personal so that you and your family can begin thinking, making clear decisions, doing what you can to prevent war, and decide how you would be prepared should war come. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel and get notified of every one of these critically important topics. And share this video with people that you care about. I came of age in America at the height of the Vietnam War. Well, in the middle of the 1960s, the U.S. had expanded its draft dramatically to ramp up the number of troops in combat. Well, buses left from my town every week to a big reception hall in Chicago where young men were processed into the Army. But whereas many men were pulling every string to get out of the war, I was pulling every string to get into it. Oh, I had polio as a kid and was exempt, an automatic pass. But I was stirred by the desire to be in the action, to challenge myself and feel proud about serving my country. Well, on the roster of the basic training camp, I was the only man with RA, or regular Army, in front of my name. Everyone else was there because they had to be there. I volunteered. In the 1960s, we were only one generation removed from the last World War. Our parents and teachers had fought in it or suffered in it. The popular culture was still heavily influenced by it. In the U.S. and in Germany, the idea of fighting was still very fresh in the public mind. Well, how does that differ to Germany today? The government talks about rapid expansion, but has flatlined its number of recruits. Well, everyone who is inclined to serve has already signed up. So what's next? A draft? And where are these young fighters going to come from? From kids who have been raised as pacifists, who step back from every confrontation, whose life trajectory has been to find the easiest possible route. Are you really going to put guns in the hands of these lower and middle class kids? No. The rich and elite never seem to have to worry about this. Funny, huh? And you're going to tell these kids to shoot other kids. Picture it. Picture it with your own kid, with your brother, with your neighbor. Make it real in your mind. And now, picture a society such as Russia or China, where patriotic duty and military service has been cultivated into the last few generations. And tell me, whose kids are better prepared for the mental and emotional challenges of war, let alone the physical competence? Well, the mothers, grandmothers, and great-grandmothers of Germany have been waiting patiently for 80 years for their men to stand tall and defend their children and their culture, a precious way of life. German men are mostly confused about their role and have not been effective protectors. Well, women must now band together in a movement like a national Frauenschutzverein and protect their children. It's time. War must not harm Germany's children. Now, I encourage you to stand up now. Tell your leaders that they cannot go to war in your name. William Toll, thank you.